Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. After months of speculation, the pair are calling it quits. The singer filing for divorce after 2 years of marriage exactly.
We don't want, ultimately we tried because we had kids. And then we said, both of us felt like we don't want this to be the model that our kids.
Jennifer Lopez's love life has always been a hot topic, but now it's time to dig deep into her latest drama. The whispers around Hollywood are getting louder. Maybe, just maybe, in this latest divorce saga, J.Lo isn't the victim she often paints herself to be. It might actually be Ben Affleck who's desperately trying to escape her clutches, and honestly, who could blame him?
This is the news that we all could see coming. As you mentioned, the speculation around Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck has been swirling for months, but this morning, the timing sending a real statement.
Picture this, a stunning wedding in Miami. All eyes on Jennifer Lopez, glowing as she always does, standing next to her new husband, Ben Affleck. This scene was straight out of a fairy tale, but behind the scenes, it was anything but. Fast forward 2 years, and what do we have? Another celebrity marriage on the rocks, with rumors swirling that Ben is the one making a run for it, leaving everyone wondering what really went wrong.
Lucky, it's not often you get a second chance at true love. We feel very lucky.
Let's not sugarcoat it. This isn't J.Lo's first rodeo. We're talking about her fourth marriage here, and each one has had its own messy end. Her relationship history reads like a roller coaster of highs and lows, with plenty of drama, heartbreak, and scandal along the way. Remember her whirlwind romance with Marc Anthony? They were the ultimate Latin power couple, but even that love story ended in divorce. And what about her brief marriage to Chris Judd or the short-lived union with Ojani Noah? Each marriage has been a chapter in J.Lo's saga of love and loss, but this time, things seem different, darker even.
For the catalyst for that was this massive amount of scrutiny around our private life.
It was my first.
When Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck rekindled their romance after nearly 2 decades apart, it felt like the ultimate Hollywood comeback story. They first met on the set of Giggly in 2002, a movie that might have bombed at the box office, but ignited one of the most talked about relationships of the early 2000s. Back then, Bennifer was a tabloid sensation. Two of the biggest stars in the world, madly in love, constantly in the spotlight. But their first engagement didn't last, and they called it quits in 2004. Fast forward to 2021, and against all odds, they were back together, engaged, and finally married. It was like a dream come true, but it turns out that not all dreams have a happy ending.
I mean, it must be like, oh my God, we're back together after 18 years. That's like, right?
Now, the buzz is that this once sweet reunion has turned sour. The public appearances tell one story, but the behind-the-scenes gossip paints a very different picture. Sources close to the couple say that their relationship has been on the rocks for months, with reports of them living separately, Ben staying at a Brentwood rental, and J.Lo jetting off to Europe without him. And let's not forget the awkward moments caught on camera, like Ben looking absolutely miserable at the Grammys, which quickly turned into meme material. It's as if every time they're seen together, the tension is palpable, leaving fans and the media alike wondering how much longer they can keep up the charade. But here's where it gets really juicy. What if the real story isn't about Ben and J.Lo drifting apart, but about Ben trying to escape? There's no denying that Jennifer Lopez is a force of nature, an icon in music, film, and fashion. But with that level of fame and power comes a reputation, and not all of it is good. Over the years, there have been whispers that J.Lo isn't exactly the sweet, down-to-earth Jenny from the block she claims to be. Rumors of diva behavior, alleged mistreatment of those around her, and a relentless drive for success at any cost have followed her for years. Some might even say she's more calculating than charismatic, and that maybe, just maybe, Ben Affleck has had enough.
She was like, all right, we got like our 5 kids, me and Jen, and it's like, it feels like hundreds of people, and they're all screaming. And my daughter just turns to me and goes, J.Lo was my stepmother.
Think about it. Ben's been through the Hollywood ringer himself. He's had his share of ups and downs, from Oscar-winning successes to very public battles with addiction. He's no stranger to drama, but this time, it seems like he's the one looking for an exit strategy. And who could blame him? Being married to someone like Jennifer Lopez isn't just about love and companionship. It's about keeping up with her relentless pace, her demands, and her need for control. Some sources even suggest that Ben is literally running away, trying to carve out some peace and sanity in a life dominated by J.Lo's larger-than-life presence.
Very well together, you know, and nobody knows my story. I don't more than he.
Now, let's talk about that prenup, or lack thereof. You'd think with all the marriages J.Lo's been through, she'd have learned a thing or two about protecting her assets. But no, this time, there's reportedly no prenuptial agreement in place, which means that whatever they earned during their nearly 2 years of marriage is up for grabs. And let's not kid ourselves. They've both been busy racking up the big bucks. Ben starred in and produced several projects, including Air and The Accountant 2, while J-Lo's been working nonstop with movies like Shotgun Wedding and The Mother, and of course, her music. With no prenup, this divorce could turn into a financial free-for-all, and the stakes are sky-high. But let's not forget that this isn't the first time J-Lo's been in the middle of a high-stakes breakup. Her split from Alex Rodriguez was headline news, and not just because they were one of the most glamorous couples around. The rumors of infidelity, the months of trying to make it work, only for J-Lo to end things and move on to Ben Affleck almost immediately. It was classic Bennifer. She has a way of spinning the narrative, of making herself the center of attention, whether as the heartbroken victim or the strong, independent woman moving on with her life. But what if, behind the scenes, she's the one pulling the strings, controlling the story, and making sure things play out in her favor?
And you think it's gonna be one thing, and it's another thing, and it has twists and turns, and all you can do is like, love each other through it.
Let's not gloss over her history with Sean Diddy Combs either. Their relationship was as wild as it gets, full of drama, scandal, and some pretty shady moments.
Puffy Combs and Jennifer Lopez, probably one of the most glamorous couples just in history.
But remember the nightclub shooting in 1999? J-Lo was right there in the thick of it, driving away from the scene with Diddy, only to get caught by the cops and spend hours in jail. It was a media circus. And while J-Lo managed to walk away unscathed, the whole thing left a dark cloud over her image. She claimed she had no idea what was going on, but the fact that she was even in that situation raises questions about the choices she's made and the company she's kept.
Everybody's writing about you. There's always rumors about you, too. How do you deal with it? What do you have got something you want to tell us in the press?
We don't care?
Diddy's legal troubles didn't stop there, and neither did the rumors about J-Lo's involvement, or at least her willingness to turn a blind eye. Diddy has faced multiple allegations over the years, from assault to, more recently, serious accusations that have led to federal investigations that have led to federal investigations. Through it all, J-Lo has managed to keep her distance, but the connection between them is hard to ignore. Their relationship may have ended decades ago, but the shadow it casts over her image is still there, especially when you consider the type of men she's been drawn to over the years. Men with power, men with influence, and men with power, men with influence, and men who, let's be honest, aren't exactly choir boys. And that brings us back to Ben Affleck. Unlike Diddy, Ben's not exactly known for criminal behavior, but he's had his fair share of struggles. His struggle with substance abuse, his highly publicized split from Jennifer Garner, and his fluctuating relationship with the limelight make him a complex figure. It's clear he's someone who values his privacy, someone who's been through enough turmoil to last a lifetime. So when you put someone like him together with someone like J-Lo, who thrives on attention, who lives her life in the public eye, it's not hard to see why things might not be working out.
We grew apart. We had a marriage that didn't work. This happens. There's somebody I love and respect, but to whom I shouldn't be married any longer.
The speculation about their breakup isn't just about their personal lives. It's about two very different people who, despite their best efforts, might be fundamentally incompatible. One source even claimed that Ben has been seen without his wedding ring on several occasions, while J-Lo continues to flaunt hers, almost as if she's trying to keep up appearances. The fact that they're reportedly selling their $60 million Beverly Hills mansion after just a year is another red flag. It's like they're already dividing the spoils, even before the divorce papers are officially filed.
There's a story that I'm surprised that I am as interested in as I am. This is the rumor, now months-long rumors, of a divorce between Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez.
What's fascinating about this whole situation is how J-Lo seems to be playing it cool, or at least trying to. She's been seen out and about, looking as glamorous as ever, taking trips to Europe and posting on social media as if nothing's wrong. But if you dig a little deeper, the cracks start to show. There are reports that she's been struggling with the toll this marriage has taken on her, that her family, especially her mother and sisters, have been urging her to cut her losses and move on. According to some sources, they think Ben's not worth the trouble, that he's dragging her down, and that she deserves better. But here's the kicker. Maybe it's not Ben who's the problem. Maybe it's Jennifer Lopez who's finally met her match, someone who isn't willing to play by her rules, someone who's pushing back instead of falling in line. There's a certain irony in the idea that the woman who's always been in control, who's always called the shots, might be losing her grip. And if Ben really is trying to get away, if he's the one pulling the plug on this marriage, then that says a lot about what's really been going on behind closed doors. As for what happens next, that's anyone's guess. But one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. Whether it's the final chapter in the Bennifer saga or just another twist in the tale, you can bet that Jennifer Lopez isn't going down without a fight. And as for Ben Affleck, well, he might just be looking for a way out, a chance to reclaim his life away from the spotlight and the drama that seems to follow J-Lo wherever she goes. So stay tuned, because if history has taught us anything, it's that with Jennifer Lopez, there's always more to the story. And this time, it looks like she might not be the one writing the ending. So what do you think? Is Jennifer Lopez the real reason behind her failed marriages, or is Ben Affleck simply looking for peace, away from the spotlight she craves? Could there be more to this story than meets the eye? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious,